Hey, Tracy Lewis from Stuff and Things. I am going to show you some fun things you can do with fall maple leaves using heat embossing, dry embossing, and colored cardstock with sponging on the edges. I am not going to do the brightly colored fall leaves. I just got this set, Colorful Seasons. It has been on my wish list for some time, and I wanted to play with the different things you can do with the leaves for the creator's blog hop that I am going to be in. And I made my card, and I wanted to do some non-traditional type leaves because I had seen on Pinterest a couple of pins where they did some fun different effects to the leaves. So I played around, and I'm going to give you guys kind of a step-by-step of how I created my leaves for my project that I will show you in a minute. And I also picked out some various options if you don't have all of the different bits and pieces. Now, the fall catalog has as a maple leaf set. It is called the Gather Together stamp set and has gathered leaves dies, and it comes as a bundle. It's on page 47 of the holiday catalog. I decided not to get that one because I like the collection of stamps and dies that this set has. So, to create the effect that I was after, you can use a variety of branchy looking stamps. This particular set has this stamp that you could repeat a couple of times. We have branches and trees if you want a thicker foliage looking, but these are the sprigs, shrubs, I guess, winter shrubs that I pulled and created a heat embossed sample for you to look at. And of course these branches and these branches are perfect in Snowfront. So those are 3 different sets to look at for doing the effect that I am after, and then if you don't have, and then you need a maple leaf die. So I had these 3 dies to play with. Here is my project that I created with a variety of effects done to my leaves. So I went ahead with these 3 stamps and embossed on a lighter color so you could just see what they look like. This, I think, would go really nicely with the small. I actually used this for all of my leaves. I didn't even use the traditional one that comes with the set. And I used a variety of dry embossing. This is the traditional cutout, and with the pine wood plank, I believe is what it is called. It is the embossing folder that I used on the background for my card. I also used it for all of my leaves. The colors I used were soft suede and early espresso, but you could also use the lighter color. You could use crumb cake. And then on the edges of my leaves, here's one that I have colored using early espresso and a sponge, and there's one that's not colored. Another fun effect that I did on one of my leaves just to make it have a variety is using DSP with brown and white, and I cut it out with the cutout version of the die. So you could cut all sorts of these with DSP. That's a pattern DSP, and get all sorts of fun effects. I used the subtle dry embossing folder on this one with the big tree sprigs from tree branches, I guess, from Snowfront. Just for giggles, I did one upside down, so this is the branches going the other way, and my theory is if you're layering them up, once you get them all layered, you can see it doesn't look upside down or right side up. So you can be very casual with the embossing. I didn't even use an embossing buddy. I didn't care if there were little extra splatters from that I didn't get rid of. I just poured the stuff on and popped it off with a flick and went for it. In fact, this one has quite a bit from static electricity on it, and I'm totally fine with that. It's just all for fun, and I made a whole bunch of these and thought it would be fun to show you guys the different effects. This one actually has the pine wood plank going diagonal, so I wasn't even careful with the direction of the planks. Now the suede, I will say, I ran it through and then I cut it out and it flattened somewhat. So I took this and set it in the subtle embossing folder after it was cut. And so if you find that the pattern isn't bold enough because it's been flattened, all you have to do is run it through again once you've cut it. And I can't wait to make a bunch of these for fall cards for my card pals that I love to mail cards to, and hopefully you will be inspired to make some fun leaf fall designs. And like I said, if you have other die cuts, you can mix and match and put any patterns you want in whatever color you want. I used copper and I thought it came out great. And here again is my finished card. And thanks for watching.